Mm. Oh, it's hard to get jazzed about the theme song today, let me tell you. Anyway, here we are, waiting for people to show up. I gotta tell you, not a lot of stuff to talk about today. Not any new stuff that came in since Christmas. Well, Christmas presents, but I'm not gonna sell you my Christmas presents. So it was inventory week, and generally I get overly into inventory week because I don't just count everything. I have the urge to clean everything and reorganize everything and get everything, all the dust out of the corners. And then I'm like, oh my God, we still have lots of this fabric. We gotta like plan some sales or make up some kits. And then I can't just count the fabric. But anyway, we did get all the fabric counted, and it's a big help that way. Um, there's new markdowns. One of the things I did for the stuff that is basically permanently on sale now, fabric I just want to clear out right at this point, is marked it down to $10 a meter. It doesn't say that it's on sale, but it is cheap. Um, I wish there was a way I could mark that. Anyway, I didn't want to get stuck trying to figure that out, so I just went and it's $10 a meter. There's a very nice shelf of it here in the shop, which you could see if I was letting people in. Hello, Willa. Willa's here. Hi, Willa. Thank you and good morning. So yeah, there's some new markdowns. If you go to the website, you can see them, just not on the sale page. If you go to the fabric page, and I believe you can sort by price, then you'll be able to sort by the lowest price first and see all the stuff that's now $10 a meter. The other thing that I didn't get to yet, but which is coming, I got my notes. Christmas. Gonna have a sale on the Christmas stuff. Probably 20 to 30% off the Christmas things. Except it's not showing on the website yet because it didn't get that far. Oh well, it happens. Good morning, Tabitha and Heidi, and hi, Mom. Oh, extra strong tea today. Mm. My mom did get me a mug, but I'm not using it today because I'm terrible. Because I needed a bigger mug. It's a little mug. So anyway, so sales are coming on the Christmas stuff, and I have to do something to highlight the end of bolts because Emma and I found a few skinny bolt things. I'm also toying with the idea of a late afternoon or after dinner type video that you see other people doing. Like, here's all the fabric that's on sale. Let me know what you want. But I would just rather people go to the website and do it because keeping track of who wants what in the comments on a Facebook post is, yeah, it's a nightmare. But I did find some stuff. And well, Emma found a bunch of stuff. There's a lot of end of bolt things that's just a little bit left. I don't have new fabric to show you, but I got really bored and I'm staying indoors as much as I can. I do, we pop out maybe once a week for stuff. So yeah, if you miss the newsletter and if you miss the Facebook notices and everything else, the shop is closed for in-store shopping because the COVID cases are so high. Everybody's expecting like a further lockdown, but at this point, I can't wait. It's just too much. I can't wait for the government to say, yeah, essential retail only. I'm just like, yeah, no, can't do that. So that's why it's online only. And everybody so far has been really supportive and nobody has complained. So if you do want something, I can work with you. We just got to do it outside. I know, super fun. Going to be super fun on cold days. Too bad I don't have roller skates. But anyway, so one of the things I did do because I got tired, this is not quilting related. Have toast in the morning with my tea. And I really like apple jelly. And it turns out now Emma really likes apple jelly too. But if you've ever bought the apple jelly, it comes in a little tiny bottle. So I decided I would make apple jelly, which I have done before. My mom there in the comments, we used to can and stuff a lot in the summers. And of course, both can't remember your mom canning stuff in the summer. Anyway, my other grandmother, the one who taught me how to quilt, she did a lot of canning and Well, some. Anyway, she had a crabapple tree in the backyard and had a nice swing on it, and she'd make crabapple jelly. And I kind of feel a little bit bad, only a little bit, that I didn't do it the same way she did, which is, you have a big pile of really ugly looking crab apples and you boil them all down in the mush and you put them in a cheesecloth bag and you drape that, hang that bag off a broomstick on the back of two chairs for a couple of days so you get that nice clear jelly. I cheated and I bought juice, but I bought really good Canadian apple juice. So there. And then last night after dinner, I made jelly. So for the low, low cost of 3 or 4 bottles of jelly, I made 8 bottles of jelly and took an hour and a half to do it of my time. But yeah, it's a little runny, but it's not bad. I had some on my toast this morning and it's really good. It only swirled around a little. And did you know that a damp cloth will totally get jelly off of your iPad? Just throwing that out there. Mm. So feel free to let me know what else. I mean, the other week I made bread too, so that's just crazy. I know. It's either that or doom scroll on the internet. Um, Speaking of the website, and we were like 5 minutes ago. Um, I got an order the other day from somebody in Texas. I know. So I had to mail that. So that's why I had to go out and I just double masked and go in, get my stuff, go out, go home again, stay home. Yeah, my list was very short. I don't have much for you. I'm sorry. Right. The other thing I was going to talk about because somebody asked, so I thought I'd do like a fuller explanation. Because when you go to online only, of course, sales drop a little. You can't see all my nice and neat and tidy. I do the slight reorg. Um, the sales do drop a little, but I'm really, really lucky, and the word here is privileged. Because if I could shut down completely for a week or two and not really worry about it. I don't have to pay rent. I don't have to pay employees. Not really losing anything in the run of things. Somebody asked, what about orders that are coming in? I got smart in the fall and really held back on a lot of ordering that I would normally do. And I didn't. I do have a few things coming, but they're manageable. Sometimes people think that I have a set number of things that are restocked for me that come in on a regular basis, but that's not how it works. That's how it works if you have a franchise, like a restaurant or something, or a big retail store that's a chain brand. But when you're a small independent quilt shop, the person in charge of what comes into the shop is usually the owner. Sometimes when you see the little quilt shops and they're opening a bunch of boxes and they're like, "Ooh, what's in here?" They do know what's coming in the boxes, just some of them forget. Or you don't know what's in specifically each box. So, like some people, they might, there's a couple of stores that I've been watching and they get a couple of big orders a couple of times a year. So, I mean, you don't always remember what you ordered 6 months ago if it's coming in, 30 boxes, but you do know it's coming. So, yeah, but luckily I don't order in that volume. So I'm good. I can ride it out for a little bit. Mm, I know what I know what I was gonna talk about. And I did kind of mention this in the newsletter, and it is after Christmas. And hello, Jeannie. So there's sales coming, and a bunch of other shops had sales, and it's post Christmas, so you might actually not really have a budget and feel guilty that you can't support your local quilt shop. There are no cost ways to support your local quilt shop, which every single one of us will totally appreciate, not just me. And those are things you can do on the internet when you're browsing anyway. As I mentioned this in the newsletter was go and write a review. Write a review of my shop. It's funny because when I do up people's sales in the shop and it emails them their receipt, there's a link on the receipt where they can go and leave a review, but that review shows up nowhere other than where Ron and I can see it. So I have all these really sweet reviews from people that just Ron and I can look at. So the places that you can put reviews where people can see them is on our Facebook page. And if you go to our Google If you go to Google and you type in the quilting shed and you see the business listing there, you can say, write a review for this business. And those ones are really appreciated for any of the places you go. And yes, the ones on our Facebook page, those work out really well too. So that's two things you can do. The other things you can do to help out your local quilt shop like me is share their posts, like their posts, make sure you've liked the page and follow the page on Facebook. Upvote everything. Sometimes people miss things, but for social media platforms like Facebook, generally all of them, the more you actually hit that like button or anything, the more they will show you that same kind of content. So if you're constantly liking my posts on Facebook, they will show at the top for you more often because Facebook's like, oh, they totally want to see this. We'll show them more of this. That's how that works. I think I want to do a video or screenshots of something, how to make sure you never miss a Facebook post. I know. I just can't help it with the customer service and the computer technical things. Here's how to use this and get the most out of it. I just can't help it. What was the other thing I was going to say? Yes, make sure you're signed up to the newsletter. You can share the newsletter with your friends and encourage them to sign up. That's always super helpful. What else am I doing? I think that's it. I had a nice list, but I don't have the list in front of me. But it sounds like I got most of it there. I'm really tired. Really tired. I did a lot of work yesterday, and I said to the other shop owner I'm friends with, Danielle, said to her last night, she said, wow, you did an amazing amount of work today. And I said, yes, what are the odds I'm going to nap tomorrow, meaning today? And she said, she's not taking that bet because I'm totally going to nap today. I can feel it. And if we could get snow today, is it today or tomorrow? Can't even remember anymore. Then, totally napping in front of Netflix. Do I have any papers around? I do not. One of the things I was toying with was showing you how we actually did the inventory, which I don't know if is the best way, but that's how we do it. Is I take the inventory, all the item listings. There's one spot I can go into Square, what we use for our payment stuff. Well, I could do this on the website too because they synchronize, but I do it in Square because that's the authoritative part. So I just go in there on the computer and I tell it to give me a file of all of the items that I have listed in the shop, and it gives me like everything. Mom says hold off until Friday. That's when the storm bomb is predicted. I can't hold off a nap until Friday, Mom, but I can have another one. So yeah, I was talking about inventory. So basically I do a dump to a spreadsheet file of all the inventory. And it's like, since we've been using, it's like 4 years of everything we've ever stocked. So sometimes it's really fun to be like, no, we haven't had that in years. Geez, and we're never getting it again. But I sorted that out. So I do a lot of work in, I don't actually use Excel. I use Libreoffice, which is an open source version of all the office tools like Word and Excel. It's open source. So it works the same way. Same as using Google Sheets, except you don't give it to Google. Still looking at my jelly. It's great. And Heidi says high winds are in Iowa right now. I don't know if that's the one we're getting on Friday or not. That's probably the one we're getting on the weekend. We're in a spot where the two systems just like, with your weather map here, I'll just get a weather map and start doing the weather. We get the systems pushing in from the west, and we get the ones coming up the east coast. Wow, this is fun. Don't you tempt me with a green screen. I cannot tell a story in a straight line to save my life. Right. Inventory, spreadsheet. So I get it on the computer in the spreadsheet, and I have everything neatly categorized because it's really difficult to just go down everything like alphabetically and go running all over the store. So I chunk it out into categories, and I tidy up some of the things we don't need to look at. And I literally print it out. I printed out 22 pages of fabric that we had, and that was after I basically cleaned the list up to remove things that we haven't had for ages and won't get in ever again. Because why? And it's out of stock, so why count it if it's not here? Why print it out, right? Why look at it? Can't have that on the brain. So yeah, so we've got these nice printed sheets of stuff all listed out, and then we just go down the list. Thankfully, all the collections are usually grouped together if the naming convention is right, and if it's not, then it's all my fault. I fixed some of those too. So, like the Stag and Thistle has been on sale and stuff. So I counted what was left. Some counts were slightly incorrect. They were close. Made sure that if it was not here, it showed it was out of stock. Changed the prices on it, and then after we do that on paper and we scribble all over it, I literally take the papers back to my desktop, to my laptop in my office because that's where I can type faster. I put on a little Netflix and I go back and I edit that section of the sheet because I've taken the categories and put them all each in their new little sheet, little spreadsheet. I know it's just great. I hope you like it when I talk about this stuff. And then I go down through and I change everything that needs to be changed, and the stuff that didn't get any changes at all, I just take that out because when I upload it back into the system, if there's no change, it's just another line of code it has to read through. So I edit out the things that are, yeah, okay, yeah, it said we had 40 of those. Yeah, we have 40 of those. We have 12 of these. Yep, we got 12 of those. That's right. So take it off the list. I don't have to fix it. So I wind up taking that spreadsheet, save it into the file type that's compatible because you download it in one form and upload it in a different form. And that was really fun when my spreadsheet program kept crashing because I had to save parts of sheets to a CSV file. And then it was like, oh, no, we're going to crash. So that was a fun hour or two of troubleshooting that, but I fixed it. So yeah, so I take that edited spreadsheet, upload it back, make sure I did it correctly because it'll spew errors at me if I don't, and I have to keep fixing these things. And yesterday I finally finished the great big huge fabric fabric thing. There were 300 different fabric items that I've edited and had to correct in some way. And some of those were not just inventory things. I don't know if you've noticed, but sometimes if I'm naming a lot of things, I did this with the Kona fabric. Sometimes the words all have to be in the same order. And for some reason, I have a little dash in between the Kona cotton solid dash ash, Kona cotton solid dash citron. One of the times I typed a bunch of Konas in, it had the wrong dash, so it was not sorting them alphabetically correctly, which is really weird. So I fixed all that. Or I'll put in like I had Northcott Colorworks black, and somewhere else I had like Colorworks solids by Northcott blue, and they're all, yeah. So I had to straighten up a bunch of names like that. And then there's things that they were in the wrong category, so the only edit on that was change the category they were in. But it's easier for me to do that sort of thing in bulk on a spreadsheet where I can type really fast and just keep going. Hey, I'm really fast at it, sorry. And I've got Netflix running in the background, had some true crime on, and wow, I was just flying through there. And you get the Christmas candy, you just keep the chicken bones going. Thank you, mother. I did a lot, yeah. So yeah, like I said, 300 items of fabric that had to be changed. That's just the fabric category. That was great. That was just the regular fabric category. I also had a backing fabric category, flannel, batiks, notions. Some of the notions were also broken down. It was not the only thing that we did a lot of changes to, but like I said, some of them are just minor, like spelling things, or it said we had 10 units left, 10 quarter meters left, and there's only really 8. So it was off by half a meter because I went and cut some fat quarters and didn't note it. Um, just little stuff like that, but it's done, thank God. And every year it gets a little easier because as the stock comes in, I'm just getting better and better at making sure everything's listed correctly. My mom says every task is easier with chicken bones. I also got some chocolate, and I have some Terry's dark chocolate oranges, which I have them stashed in my office because I forget they're in there. That's why I still have some. So if I'm in my office and I'm working at my desk, they're tucked behind my laptop. So Because if they're right next to my laptop, I'll just keep eating them constantly. That's how I get the work done. Chocolate, tea, true crime. I know. I have not felt like sewing much though, but I have been quilting some. I'm back at my list. Ooh, we have the Russians showing up. I'm assuming that's spam. So anyway, I do have work to get to. Nothing new to show you. Although, if you do look at our Facebook page for the shop, I haven't even changed the Christmas backgrounds. I did share a post from Northcott about a line that is coming out, Feathered Nest. It's got cute little chickadees and pussy willows and a very soft robin's egg blue and a nice brown, soft brown, nice soft shades like that, like the browns and grays and blues. It's very, very sweet. I do have that coming. I don't know when it's coming, but it's supposed to be this month. Maybe it's not on a container ship anymore. Maybe it's actually on the ground and working its way across the country. That would be cool. Anyway, I will let you. Jeannie has seen it. Jeannie has seen it. Yeah, it's chickadees. I couldn't. Yeah, that was like, you got to order this by such and such a date to make sure you get it in for January delivery. And I'm like, oh man, yeah. Hi Danielle. Danielle is saying hi from Chloe's. She just had a big sale going on too. I was already talking about you. You missed it. Ha. No, I'm teasing. Anyway, I was just wrapping it up and I'm rambling. So I am going to sign off for now. I do have these videos scheduled to come out the rest of the month, the announcements for them anyway, and I will be doing them regular for sure, even if the shop is closed to in-store traffic. And we'll see what else comes up. Depends on my energy level, really. That's what it depends on. Alrighty. I guess that's it for me. I hope you have a safe time staying at home and getting some sewing done. Maybe we'll talk about backings and battings one of these weeks. That would be good. I should put that on for next week. We'll do batting next week. I already picked up my storm chips yesterday, Mom. I've been explaining to American friends about storm chips too. Oh, yeah, everybody's running late, Danielle. I'm definitely having a nap later is what I told them. Got my storm chips, gonna hunker down. Tinker with the website today, I think, making sure that those Christmas fabrics show up on sale on the website so you can take advantage of that. I know, it's low energy today, it's low key, but that's how it is. It's just one of those days. Alrighty, let's play the outro music. I will see you next week if I don't see you sooner virtually of some sort. I do have orders to pack. Thank you for your continued support, you guys. I love you so much. Oh, anyway, I'll see you next time.